Yeah,
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who? Yeah. I'll be running up with the stampede of dogs that you got, Louis. Yeah, I'll be the wolf
poodle,
to the small
poodle
sheep
parade.
pack. Yeah.
Welcome to Three Simple Guys, where we are reviewing Little Big Brawlers. Take it away.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. This is Three Simple Men talking about Little Big Brawlers, Big Little Brawlers, and it's about wrestling, and we just talk about the show. Thanks for tuning in again. I got Louis Puma on my right, I got D-Dog on my left. So where we left it last week, we ended episode 2, where Hot Rod fell into the crowd, hurt his head, was calling for Jack, and luckily he did recover. Just a couple things about the show. Did you guys ever see where, like Pigeon Forge, where it is? Like this place is in a strip mall.
Yeah, I noticed that it's very small. I told you
Yeah,
the parking lot is bigger than the building is about. We're talking about micro, so that's the point.
And they call it a microtorium. They were like,
For real?
Pinky and
Yeah, the microtorium.
Pinky and Psycho were like, we have to go work the microtorium. I thought that was funny, like the microtorium. And then the big thing about Microfest, did we find out when Microfest is?
It's 6 weeks out. That's what it says from the 3rd episode, which we'll be discussing today. So.
But I don't think they're live episodes. I think we're behind.
Facts. That is a fact. But
So-
I feel like that's why they would air it the way they did, to try to like keep that in.
I think, if I'm not wrong, it's gonna be in August. Because I was looking at the schedule and the tour, and they were saying like it's gonna be in August, sometime in August. I have to double check.
We should check that for next time to find out. Because we would like to go out there, at least go to Microfest, but
Absolutely.
it might be hard with scheduling, but we definitely should go out there. And then I think I think the place holds like 300 people.
Yes, I was looking at that, and we have some facts here. It's funny because they could have 300 people, and during the season they do like 300 shows. So they do like 4 shows per week, and the tickets are from 37 to 60 bucks, and they are packed. So you know it's a big business down there.
Especially now with the show, I'm sure it's just even
Oh,
increased even more. I mean,
Yeah.
people
Now
are
that
gonna
it's
go out
aired
there.
on Discovery.
And then even their merch, I tried trying to find their merch. I think their hats are like 60 bucks or something. And
Yes, I mean the hats are 40 and the hoodies are 60. Yeah, I was
$60 for a hat. I was about to say, damn.
No, because
Is it a snapback? Because I got some tattoos to match it.
Because something I noticed on the show is, and caught my attention, was that one of the shirts says, "I love microviolence." I want one of those shirts.
Yeah, that would probably be the best seller. I'd like that one.
All right.
And then one other thing too is, how do they get this job? I mean, I know they qualify just for their, size and height, but is this something that you grow up, you want to be a small little person wrestler?
Let's put that out to the audience. If you guys want to do some homework, or you know better than we do, if you could let us know, how is it that they get there to be micro brawlers?
Now, did you guys see the one with Pinky was fighting Psycho, and she took the floor's wet plastic sign and just started smacking him over the head?
Yeah.
Do we have that clip, or do we have the clip of
Yes.
Pinky?
All right.
Did you guys? All right. Hold on.
Okay, so we'll get that. We're working on that one. But yeah, she was whacking him over the head, and I don't think it was a fake prop. It was like his neck was going down.
It wasn't made out of the noodle foam, right?
Yeah, it wasn't. This was like the plastic sign, and she whacked him like twice.
I have to say, like, I was watching the show with my wife, right? We were sitting on the couch, and she just feel every hit because she was like, ouch, ooh. I mean, for her, maybe it was real. But yeah,
All right.
you know.
Hey guys, look, we got the clip.
Yeah, so she took the yellow sign and just whacked him over the head with it.
Let's play that one more time.
That's a regular sign. Like you see it, somebody mopping the floor.
I know it's like a couple fighting.
Yeah, and he's got to fight her every week.
All right, cool.
All right.
But stuff like that, I mean, that's got to put your body through something. And then she's Psycho's trying to go to Micro 1, and she's afraid of getting hurt if she goes to, or doing the stunts that they do in Micro 1, because she has a kid, and she's worried about that.
What does he call it? A drop kick. You can't or eagle kick or something like that, because he's coming off the top of the rings, the top rope, and jumping down. And that was what they did in the fight against Little Show and him. And that's pretty much where they're getting at. Where
they have names for all the moves, because he was like, "Go do this," and it was like everybody knows what that is, where you jump off this and spin around. And
right. Because even though that it's like choreographed in a way and like gone over, there's still like, the missing variables at how is this person gonna do this at this time exactly. There's all kinds of things. You might have sweat in your eye, you wipe your eye for 1 second, not even noticing like this is what's happening next.
Well, that's what they're saying. You do something wrong,
right?
Even though it is kind of staged,
so
you could hurt somebody.
That's where I wanted to like kind of tap into with what happened with Hot Rod, because that was what was previously on our last show, capping it. Now I wanted to bring attention that at the very beginning of the show, he still couldn't feel his feet. He fell down. He hit his head, and this wasn't the first time. Now we're finding this out too. And it kind of really shows too what kind of like sacrifice these guys really are giving, to give their families a life that they never had themselves. And at the same time as they're doing that, they're feeling selfish. You got all these mixed emotions. So it's like, Lewis, I know you had something to say about, what it's like for sacrifice and wanting to be a rock star. And Sean, and then after that, I want to know, honestly, Sean, what about you? What kind of sacrifices? So start off with Lewis. Yeah. Mr. Sailor Man over here.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So, I'm taking a different point of view because I was watching the show with my wife, and we started doing an analysis of what's going on, and I think it's like a side story between Pinky and Psycho, this drama. It's a couple relation, and the plot of the show, which is the wrestling. So I was thinking and talking to my wife, everybody has to do sacrifice. In this case, Psycho is saying because it is for the family, and Pinky say that it is something selfish from him, right? Okay, you wanna do your dreams. You are not thinking about the family. That's the way that I see it. But at the same time, if we look at the whole background, Pinky father, the relationship with Pinky and the father. So she got some emotions, and she brings these emotions to the relationships. I think that made her blind, she could not see, okay, this is a different person. He deserved the chance to pursue his dreams, but it's for the best of the family because
he's going to make more money.
Yeah, he's going to make more money.
She's going solely off of
the way that I see it is because her emotions is holding him, and instead of supporting him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in our life is the same thing. So when we have to make some big decisions, one of the other, right, have to sacrifice and surrender or submit the dreams in order to keep the flow and moving. Because if everybody swim in opposite direction, ain't gonna work the relationship. So sometimes you have to go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Wait, I gotta ask you something real quick. Wait, what are we calling that? Because that's a microphone.
We're talking about a micro show, so this is a microphone.
Yeah.
Right.
And honestly, just to add on to that, I just wanted to say, what you just said I think that she's taking experience and emotion, and she's holding him accountable for something that she experienced from her father, and don't even give the guy the credibility to let him prove that he's not what she experienced.
What do you think he can do to make her?
what I think he can
When
do.
is she gonna understand that? It's like he's got to put his foot down and say, "I'm going." She's
Right.
gonna get mad at him. Like
It's
he's
gonna
saying, like
be
eventually
honest-
somebody's got to give in and be like, "Okay, I can deal with it," but.
I would say honestly, it would have to just be like that coin toss. Like it's that 50-50 chance in life, like where it's like you guys are gonna like be meant for each other and have that support, or you're not. So let's say like the first week or month or so, she's obviously gonna miss him, like the whole goodbye too, in preparation of that. And then pretty much also that he did mention to her, and now she's kind of keeps bashing him like, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. But I did see his first mistake. He went and goes talk to who was that, Jack,
Back the owner.
the owner, about if he could go to Micro 1 and stop doing Micro 2 with Pinky. And they were like, oh, settle it with your wife first, you know, before I go and talk to, who's the other guy, the other owner, that's I can't remember his name. But he had to talk it over with somebody because it's like it's a business. Like he's
Yeah,
leading
it's a business
Micro 2,
decision.
it's a big business decision. So you already have big fish in the Micro. what is that?
Micro 1 is
Micro
the
1 traveling team, and Micro 2 at home base. And that being said, he brought it up to her. He did say, listen, I talked to the guys, but I'm going to tell you if I'm really thinking about doing that. And then he didn't even go back and present that again, get like an okay, at least have another conversation. He only had the one. So, and that's why, in a way, he's already behind the 8 ball, so I could see what you're saying, Sean, because he has to almost do double the amount. Because it's like her mind's already here. You give her, like, some type of head start on where you think you want to go and his success and whatnot. And then, given that head start for that heads up, she's already 20 steps of this is going to happen because this happened. I'm worried about my daughter.
But what do you do in the thing?
emotion
What's
of
the
that.
ultimatum? He's got a kid with her, so it's not like he's going to be out of her life. He's still going to be there, so you're still going to, you're just.
Her
It's hard.
sacrifice
I
would be
don't-
that
I
to
don't-
make this work, she has to travel. Like, let that month happen. Let, like, phone calls happen just like Hot Rod makes those phone calls. Like, they're going to feel selfish at that point. Like, they haven't gotten down this road yet. But that was what I was getting at. It's like, what kind of time, like, put yourself in their shoes. Like, what kind of experience in your life led you to be able to relate to a situation like that, where you had to make a sacrifice, where you thought that it was for the better good, and then in doing so, you're starting to have some type of regret because you think that, you know what, maybe this wasn't really wholeheartedly the right thing to do.
Yeah, at some point in my life, I had to do that decision. I mean, when I moved here, and the approach that I used was, I told my wife,
You were in Puerto Rico. You
Oh, yeah.
wanted to come to America.
we were in Puerto Rico. I have my job there. My wife has her job there. We are fine financially, so we don't have really a reason to move to the States. But that was after the hurricane, and every day I see my daughters. I mean, and I think to myself, wow, I could provide a better quality of life to her. And that was the approach that I used to my wife. I say, hey, I know that we are fine, but what if in, I don't know, 20 years from now, I'm gonna regret myself saying like, oh, what if I was, if I did, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to regret. I want to try it. If we fail, fine. But I tried. But I don't want to live the rest of my life thinking like, oh, if I were moved to the States and
But a missed opportunity.
I missed the opportunity and the life would change. I did it, and I talked to her. Right? She sacrificed her career in order to come here, but I see right now the benefit of that. So I have one daughter in college already, the last one, so in 4 years I'm free.
So, how's your wife now and you? Is she glad you made the move, or is she still?
Yes, definitely, because at some things, okay, we're gonna forget that. You could cut it.
You deserve that one.
What I'm saying, like, she is fine because after those things happens, other health issues in the family, and we were blessed to be up here.
So it worked
Because
out.
right, definitely yes, and I ain't gonna regret be here and move to the States in order for my family to move. And that's what I mean a sacrifice, because if it was me, I'm gonna be a rock star, playing music, and I'm gonna be fine. But I have to surrender my dreams, things like that, in order to give them because at the end, my daughters, they didn't choose to born, right? That was a decision that I made. So that means that I'm responsible for making her fat and move on. So I have to do my sacrifice.
But it all worked out, and now you're here.
Yeah.
We're glad.
What
you
about
did.
Shawnee Shaw, man? What kind of
Nope.
journey in life?
No regrets. I would have just left. So.
Yeah.
I would have
Just
ended up
left.
going to Micro 1. See you later.
Yeah.
It's pretty much how I live my life.
Yeah. Quarter mile at a time.
That's right. All right, so we got the Pinky and Psychodrama. That one we just talked about how it's going to turn out. Hot Rod Little Show. So Little Show's wife and kids all came out. They went ATV in, and then she was saying how they're in Colorado and they never see him. So that kind of foreshadows what Psycho's going to be doing with Pinky, and that's what she probably knows too.
Right.
That he's just, they're usually out on the road because I think they do you see how many shows they do on the road?
Like 400 plus.
400 plus. So they're going all around. I looked at the schedule a little bit.
Coast to coast, year round.
Yeah, like
What
they
did he
were.
say though? He did say something statistically, like he only sees her like 1 month or maybe
Yeah,
2 months.
he's
out of
out
the entire year.
traveling the whole time. Look, they're going to be in Philly, I think. We should try and find that show. And then they're going to be down in Florida, and then they go.
We can get to Florida.
Yo,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? A hit from last time. I don't know, my math could be off or it's not mathing right, but I think that he's 33 years old because he said that he's been wrestling since he's 13 years old and for 20 years.
Yeah.
13 plus 20.
Yeah, he said that on
33.
top of he's sitting on the ATV.
Yeah.
And,
So then let's think. Then Hot Rod, he's been wrestling for long, but then that doesn't make sense either because then that
longer as
means
be alive, then
he's
what
alive.
is
He's
he?
13
15?
years old. Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
15.
He's not.
He's got a kid. All right, we'll figure out the age. It's probably
micro teen. What's that? Teen moms and dads.
That'll be the next show.
And Little Show's brother, Little Jesus. is
Little
a-
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
He's
wait
in
a minute.
Micro 1, or Micro 2.
I have to talk about this right now. Oh my gosh, what about Andrew the Giant? Because he could be like little Andre the Giant, but he's actually Andrew the Giant. My man is 300 plus pounds,
Did
standing
you?
at like
When I
what,
heard
4
he
foot
was
something?
300 pounds,
I can't believe
that's more than me.
Wait, what's my homie's name that he's like,
Oh,
he's training him? Jay something.
Jay Cruz or so, I don't know.
Jay Cruz, yeah, he's the
Jay-
ref.
Yeah.
So he did wrestling, and did you guys see at the picnic bench where Jack is telling him, he's like, listen, between your health, man, like what are you eating, this and that. We have a clip that we're gonna try to get up on the screen though, but during part of the training, and the deal was that $5,000 would be gifted to Andrew the Giant.
Yeah, if he
loses
does
100
it, that's
pounds.
right. He is making
And
sense.
Jay Cruz is getting 1,000 to be his coach, to help him through that for Microfest. So, and that's why it's like, and now that I'm thinking of it, I don't know why it did have, I think that was an error, because it said 6 weeks out from Microfest. Could swear that I seen that on.
That's
some
what we'll have to
point.
figure out. Where's the show timeline? against
Because
the
then
real
it's just like in
timeline?
6 weeks you're losing 100 pounds. They're like, that is not healthy. And the guy is talking about health, and we know he cares about his people, and all of his cast.
So what's the best
but-
way to lose
What I'm getting
100
at,
pounds?
right? Eat salad and fruit is what he said. Dude, he's doing the deadlift, so I'm like, and he's in the car, and then he farts, and he's like, what is that? What is that? Is that cheese?
Well, did you see all his diet, the way he was? He took him to the laundromat. It was just like,
He's eating a pie of pizza, man, a whole burger, the large fries.
oh,
like,
carbs.
But well,
Call him kitchen sink.
he was working, doing selling merchandise.
He was
Right.
Yeah, he's like, this guy's
So he was
value of
sitting,
life.
he was sitting all the time, so there's no
Comida, baby,
Right.
comida.
He's eating mofongo. That's gonna be some Puerto Rican because eating mofongo the whole day, it's gonna be like 600 pounds. So.
What's he doing, Mofongo?
He's got a little grocery bag of Batalio on the side, baby. You don't know about that. He's
All
eating
right.
one in between each customer.
Keeping him warm in the roll.
All
All right, so what do we say?
Wait, hold
Is he
on.
gonna
One last
do it?
thing. One last thing. He is gonna do it.
You think he'll do it?
He's motivating him, man. I think he's got it too. Between the coach constantly, you want to be a wrestler? You got this. Can you do it? You want it? Do you want to be arrested?
And
you
somebody
wanna know
telling him you
something?
can do it every day. If you have somebody in your ear watching, you have to be accountable.
He's like, I don't want him to lose the tits though. He's like, that hits a spurting spot in his life.
I mean, you know about nutrition and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like overweight for 20 pounds. And believe me, I mean, I try eating salad, I try doing walk every day, 3 miles. I don't lose weight.
He goes,
You walk 3 miles a day?
Yes.
for how long?
No, that's great. That's
An hour?
No, for how many like consecutive days, months, weeks?
Oh, like 5 days per week.
5 days per week for how long? How many a month? You straight you did that
Oh, yeah,
consecutively?
yeah.
is that with the dogs? Or
What
by
did you
yourself?
change though about your diet though?
I don't eat carbs.
Did you like your calorie intake? So that's the whole thing, honestly, that I know with like
What I'm
fitness.
saying, like, to lose weight is, and I'm really there, to lose like 20 pounds,
Mhm.
it's not easy unless you are in a very rigid diet and exercise.
Mhm.
So to lose 100 pounds in even months, it's
But
gonna
did
be
you
bad.
ever see like The Biggest Loser, like a weight loss thing?
Yeah.
The heavier you are, the faster you will drop weight.
That's why.
It's just a
you're
natural
last-
thing,
you're at the
especially
end,
genetically,
20
he's a
pounds, last 20
male.
pounds, yeah.
Yeah. He's a male, so like
And your
200
age,
pounds to
too.
get 200.
Your metabolism.
Yeah, 240 pounds is pretty much where they want him at, because it's like it was like 300 plus. Like he's over 300 pounds. I think that they said 340.
That's
So
crazy.
100 pounds down would be 240, and it's just like such a drastic change just in his diet alone is gonna help him to lose weight. But because he's gonna lose it so fast, you're gonna gain it back that fast.
And another
That's
fact,
a true statement.
to consider a person,
I'm not a
little
professional.
person, right?
Don't
Like
quote.
there's some association, little person, American Association, whatever.
Yeah.
So a little person is considered anyone in a male less than 4 feet 10 inches. So that height, less than that is considered.
They qualify as a little
as
person.
a little person, right? So I was reading about the medical conditions that these people have, so, or why they are little people, and they were saying about these
Growth
hormones
Yeah.
that didn't help to develop when they were a child, and that's why. And they have like two major difference, right? One of-
Deficiencies.
no, I'm saying like they do two categories, right? So one of them it is the one that has the normal torso,
Right.
so everything looks like a normal people, and just the extremity are small,
Right.
the fingers and the hands. And the other person are like, I think MJ is like that, so has a short torso and long legs.
Right.
Oh,
Regular
Micro J.
sized
You mean
limbs.
Micro J?
Michael J.
Micro J.
Micro J, or whatever. But I mean, you could see this all time in the major of little people. You could see these body shapes on them. So, I mean, to consider a little people, so you have to be less than 4 and 10 inches,
Yeah.
and has one of these conditions, like extremity shorts or.
And that's
And
what
now, what was it?
qualifies.
You said something too about like hypothyroidism.
Yeah, I mean, there's other conditions, so I cannot remember all of them, but the ones that are more chances are those ones that I mentioned. So.
Gotcha.
Remember, I'm not
I honestly wonder what kind
He is
of
not a doctor.
yeah.
Yeah, he actually like I'm a doctor. But hey, remember,
There's the comedy. Pinky went
This
out on
is-
a date with her friend. That comedy
Oh, the
girl.
comedian.
She's
And
small.
she's 2 foot. 2 foot 10 inches. She's like picking
you see
her.
her hands,
A micro
though.
is
She's
picking a micro up to sit her down. But she's phenomenal though, cause like how she jokes about it. But
oh yeah,
it could get a little graphic there, so
Be careful.
we can't. Yeah,
Take it
we
easy.
can't dip into
Take
that.
it easy.
I'm watching those shows, so be careful.
Yeah.
Behave
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. All right.
All right, so now, okay, let's finish up Hot Rod and Little Show. So it was funny in episode 1, Little Show told Hot Rod, like, hey, you don't come to practice, show up late, you're going to get hurt. This is
Verbatim.
something's here. Yep. And then, Hot Rod was a little full of himself, and he's like, I don't need anybody. I can do my promos. It's all about me, blah, blah, blah. What happens next? It's foreshadowing. He goes over the thing, cracks his head, and it was pretty serious. I think it scared him a little bit.
It was a wake up call that honestly, like it grounded him honestly, and now it's just like we're really gonna get to see what he's made out of too, because he gets into that just like what you said, Louis, about like your family coming here to the States and that you didn't really have to, But at the same time, he really states specifically, and time again, when he does talk about, not only did he want to be a wrestler, and the fact of like how the fame has kind of changed, like, experiences that he missed out throughout his life growing up. And now that he has this opportunity, he feels a little selfish, and the barrier between what kind of emotions you can't get through a phone, that physical emotion you cannot get and give to your daughter. So that's what makes him feel selfish. But then at the same time, it's his responsibility that it's like he knows that he's taking care of everything at home, and how hard it is for a micro to get a job. So, and then that's kind of a whole situation that I kind of wonder why to myself, why doesn't he just skip out on micro 2? Was that micro 2's the traveling?
Micro 1's the travel.
Right.
Micro 1, go to micro 2, stay at the micro zone.
But I don't think
microtorium.
Girl, I don't think they're there.
No, but if he would stay stationary there and like
Bring them up.
step down.
Bring them up.
Yeah.
But I think he's too full of himself.
So my thoughts about Hot Rod, I don't like him.
You don't like the hot
I
rod?
don't like Hot
Well, you know
Rod.
he's a character.
Yes, but I
He's
don't like
supposed to
it
be the
because
enemy.
for me, first, he's kind of arrogant, the character. And then when he's talking with the family, it's the opposite, right? So it's for me, it's too fake. He's doing
And
acting
Jack
well.
had said that too. One of the things
Right,
he
right.
goes, everybody thinks it's an act, but that's how he really is.
But
So there's probably some
whatever he's
realism.
doing is doing good because that's the plot of the show. I mean, makes some emotions on me.
Right.
Positive or negative. So in this case, it is negative. So the other thing, I mean, I was watching again the fall, right, when he hit the floor.
Yes.
And for me, that was overacting. Because he just stands still like this. And look at the eyes. He was looking like, somebody's watching me, somebody's watching me. Okay. Oh, and then start calling Jake. He started calling Jake. Hold on.
So you think it was fake?
For me, it was fake.
Okay.
And then when he calls Jake, right?
Jake from Safe Farm?
Right.
No.
So when he calls Jake's,
They're not a
Jake's was, I mean,
No pun intended.
he was trying to cry. Doesn't even have tear, And he said like, oh, this is one of my children, right? But you don't see even a tear, right?
No.
And he started calling Jake. All right. That's why for me was a fake or.
No, you're actually kind of
or-
changing my
Okay.
original
Alright,
opinion.
so I'm gonna have to go
And I
back
have-
and watch
yeah.
that again.
And the last thing, like, remember in the other show I was saying like, Psycho looks like Rambo. I mean, Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone,
Right.
Rocky. We'll
So-
say Rocky.
Right now, if you look at Hot Rod, when he wearing that glitter jackets and everything, he looks like a singer, right? For me, looks like a singer from this generation.
Like Slipknot, honestly, almost.
No,
No?
he's kind of Hawaiian and
Elvis?
singing. Who?
Elvis.
No.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno
Bruno Mars.
Yeah. look at him. Look at the glasses.
Does it make
there.
sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
24 carats.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Yeah.
definitely. You know what? He never got attention, and now he's getting attention, and he's just.
Oh yeah,
It's-
I mean, it's because when you were watching the show, they do this character, and I associate with who is your inspiration, right? We got Michael and Jay, and people like that. Andrew the
I think
Giant.
we're picking on something here, though. We can't lose subject because I got something that I got to add on that. At first, I really did believe that was kind of like sold to me when he hit his head. Because at first, it was like he started getting lackadaisical. It showed on the episode leading up to that point of his injury on episode 2. It showed his emotions on like he's missing people at home. So his mind wasn't there in the ring and exactly when this happened. So the way my perspective took it was, you know what? He's getting lackadaisical, even though he's going through the motions. He knows what the choreographed, fight is in the ring. And then one hit leads to a next hit. That really could happen. Like, you get hit in the wrong
Yeah, you're
spot.
not paying
Even in
attention,
professional sports, people have died right there.
Well, it
live.
looked like his head
Like
did
live.
pop on the.
No.
Yeah, and he hit
I'm
it.
not saying that doesn't.
So when you
happen.
said the tears-
overacting.
Right.
Do you think he hit his
The
head,
tears-
but he took it to the next?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So here, when he said it was fake, this is why I was saying you changed my mind. So now that's why you just reminded me. But I can almost vouch that and agree with that it's fake. Because hear me out on this: where was there any kind of medical attention Then he calls his wife, doesn't even have a friggin' doctor's, like, you know,
Because it could be
like
a
doctor's
concussion.
care.
These
Right,
days
exactly.
with concussions,
If you're concussed, dude, you shouldn't even be there.
they pull him off the football field.
And that's
for a hard hit.
We need like ambulance.
That's my point, because if you have, let's say like on a normal wrestling, we have a medical personnel around,
Yeah.
and even at work, they instruct you, like if something happened at work, the first thing you dial 911.
Right.
In this
Immediately.
case, he was laid down, he said, I couldn't move, but I could not feel my legs. Or
My legs.
His whole no, it's his whole body first. Then it went to my legs.
So,
or
and
not.
I bet you like the protocol there, I mean, should call 911 and do things like that. So, I mean, maybe I'm
Oh,
overthinking.
protocol. That's
Yeah.
the
Or
protocol.
do you think it was the show
Yeah.
dramatizing the whole thing? You know?
It was a little drama. That's what I think it is.
I mean,
Because they're
it's-
trying to
it's
sell
part of
so
the
hard
show.
that this is not fake.
This is why we are here. I mean,
Yeah.
This is we find the
It's
truth
not
out.
fake. Like I can believe like that they're really getting hit and like wrestling. is
Yeah,
real.
they're getting hit,
absolutely.
but
And their bodies are taking abuse. I think they're overselling it because of the fact that they are micros and that just
I mean,
like
they do it in
don't
real
wanna be taken, like-
WWF does this, but
Right.
There's always a story to all wrestling.
there's always a story. But it seems like with Pinky and Psycho, this kind of the over the top, and the father leaving, he's doing like it's almost a little bit like I'm a little skeptical in the beginning. I thought the head at first I kind of was like, oh, this is part of the show, and then it's like, oh, then I kind of believed it, and then now that you bring it up, I want to go back and watch it
I mean,
again.
we're gonna watch on the next episode.
Yeah.
If he
We'll bring the
fighting-
clip next
Right,
time.
if he's fighting,
Only one episode later. Yeah.
yes, and that means weeks because
That's in a week, yeah.
if you have a, like, let's say like a concussion at school, I mean, I bet you like the doctor is gonna, you could not do a sport or whatever activity for maybe like 8 weeks.
That's a true
We should
statement.
look that up.
And
We
so
should find
even though
out.
we are not professionals here, we're not doctors.
I know.
But from facts from a doctor or something like that,
It should be online.
some of the symptoms, some of the symptoms you can look up of a concussion are going to be like, lights, direct light to your eyes can give you a headache, would be painful. So it's just like, why didn't they have him in a shaded corner?
All right, well.
So here, that's another thing. He has ice on the back of the neck,
I got a question for you.
You heard it here first, folks.
After few shots of
Inspector
Jack Daniels-
Puma.
After what?
few shots of whiskey, if I see lights and my vocal lines,
not
that
a
counts
concussion.
as a concussion.
Yeah.
You're not calling
That's-
911.
So I have to Alright.
Lewis is trying to find the hall pass. That's
All
why
right.
I was concussed, baby.
So that's for next week. We're gonna do it in slow motion, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna look at any angle we can get. So. All right. So Ivor and him going in the ring. So he hurt his foot. We got that part. You guys catch up to there. So he was doing. But did you see his crawl?
Yo,
That's the
that
funniest
charge.
thing.
I'm gonna call it the charge.
It looks like a warm.
Forget about a crawl.
Well, he said he couldn't walk until he was 15, and that's how he got around with the crawl. And he just is like so
darts.
Oh, he whips around. That was the funniest thing. And then, I don't know, it almost seems like a bad thing. The guy has pins in his bones. He has a disease. He even told the guy, if I jump off this thing, I'll break my ankles.
So I've got this question now. So, how much you could do in order to get your dreams done? Like how much you are willing to sacrifice?
You gotta risk it.
Because risk, right? That's the word.
Thank you.
Because I mean,
You're welcome.
but,
Translator, no.
right? I'm saying like your health is in jeopardy here, right?
Yeah, because he could go
Right.
paralyzed. He could
But
break
he
his
wants
bones.
to be in the ring. So it's kind of.
That's part of the drama, though. I think.
Oh yeah,
right?
but sometimes we do things like that.
That's
Absolutely.
kind of permanent, though. That's not, like, hey, you're going to hurt yourself and break your arm if you ride a dirt bike. But, he's got a disease. He falls out of the ring by mistake, or Little Show lands on him. That,
And it's like his
You
life
break
is
a
going
rib, you
just
puncture a
fine just
lung.
right now. But
He's
this
got
is
a nice
his
wife.
absolute
He's got a
dream.
job. He's
Right.
connected to his dream, which that's got to be enough for
And the
people.
whole thing of it is too, yeah, exactly. You're getting like on a perfect topic where it's like, you know what, dude, between the rock star, because that's the one that
Yes,
like,
yeah,
does,
he
like,
sings.
and then
He
things are
announces.
going well. He announces. Everything is going in your favor, and by not being in the ring, it maximizes the fact of how long you're gonna be able to walk and maneuver around. So is that really the greatest risk to be like, hey, you know what? Let me just because of one time, and I know I can't even finish a whole match. We're gonna potentially break my legs, paralyze me, in just one shot. And it's like almost maybe they're warming us up. They're doing like false pretenses on Hot Rod to prime us up. So then that way it's like when.
So you're saying that's another conspiracy of the show,
Yeah.
the part of the wrestlers, the Ivor is
Ivor, yeah.
But check it out. I'm gonna do a twist.
Plot twist. Oh,
plot twist.
Alright.
Play some music.
The thing is, like, think about Travis Pastrana.
60 bones in the body, bro, broken.
And he's still doing crazy stuff.
Right.
So, how you compare his situation and Travis Pastrana's situation? They put him both life on risk.
Right, but he's
To an extent,
you
because
break
you
your
know.
bone. You break your bone tomorrow. You get a cast. You get healed. You might have a little therapy. He does it.
You don't, and Travis Pastrana is doing it knowing that there is a risk, but he doesn't know what the exact risks are.
I think it's different. I think
You
it's
don't know, and he's
What-
geared
what-
up. He's geared up. He's a regular person. He has regular healing abilities from his body genetically. And then you look at Ivor, dude. He knows what's at risk.
Yeah,
So
well-
if I told Travis Pastrana before he did his triple backflip, dude, and I said, "Bro, I know you're gonna break your neck,"
But-
you think that might have scared him out of it?
But
We
we
don't
don't
know.
like they have two things in common, which is the adrenaline. I mean, I could see in Ivor's,
Ivor.
like I mean, being in the ring, the crowd screaming. So that is like an adrenaline rush for him. That he thinks like that thing keep him alive. Same thing as Travis. Same thing why people ride motorcycle without helmet. Don't say no with names. But you know, some people ask me like, why you riding a motorcycle without helmet? You know that you have 50% chances that. It's because I want to feel alive. You know, living at the edge makes me feel alive.
Baby, Harley Davidson.
Okay, I guess I
ride, baby.
I'll
We
give you.
recommend that.
We do not recommend no helmet.
Take your own risk.
At your own risk.
Yeah.
Do not listen to us.
Put it the mines, baby. Was it?
But you know my point, right? Like,
Yeah, there's so many dangerous things out there. What's this to putting out there is equal to, and maybe just because they're playing it up because he has like a greater chance. Because here's the thing, like he said, you throw that guy, he falls off the ring, he's gonna break his ankles. You throw
Guaranteed.
Pastranas off you're gonna like maybe sprain an ankle.
yeah, but maybe he could break his neck and that.
Yeah.
In just one
Or
jump.
maybe nothing. But no. If we're talking about Travis,
Right.
Oh, yeah, with
it maybe be nothing. You fall
Yeah.
down. You got a
you
bump
know,
and
you could
bruise.
walk out tomorrow and get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
You never know. All right, on that happy note. Okay, so we got Pinky. She's not ready for it. I don't think she's going. Psychos, I think he's going to pack up and he's got to do it. That's his dream.
He's getting overwhelmed. Yeah.
He's got to do it. He's pulling away. Now, Little Louie, now here's the other, I tried to look up the video. I don't know if I sent you guys the Little Louie was wrestling. He was in the WWF. His Pinky's father left her for some reason, and the mother, who's Nasty Sherry, who she was just a part-time wrestler. I tried to look something up on her. She has a name credit. But Little Louie was WWF. He was with somebody, the Tiger. There was a little video that shows, if you see it, go get a chance to watch it. And he was a legit wrestler in the big, stadiums. And now it's weird. He doesn't want anything to do with them. So you kind of wonder, is that going to be a plot twist in the end? Is he going to come back and show up and they're going to reunite and everybody's going to be happy?
Right.
Because why wouldn't he want, but what's he doing now? So why wouldn't he want to?
I really want to know though. Why did he leave? What was the whole storyline behind that? Because then it's just like if she was a little girl, or no, she said she was a teenager.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
there's
family
three
stuff.
sides of a story, bro. There's
Yeah.
your side, my side, and the truth.
I'm too, right? But the thing about it was a different era.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say maybe it was 80s.
It was 80s, 90s. He was.
Right. So I mean the mentality about who's the provider, who's the, that macho mentality, right? Saying, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. I mean, you have to live with it. So at that point, I think like it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna talk to my wife. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we have this new generations that we are more communicative and taking care of the people. But remember, it was a different era.
So you try to work harder on equality on this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He should
So you're
have
saying it's a different time, but who knows if he's going to come back? I think he does.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
All right, we'll do a poll.
We'll
You
do a
guys
poll.
can email
What
us.
is our email? Is it at Gmail?
3 simple guys, 1.
3
Spelled
simple
out.
guys, 1.
One number. We'll
One,
put it there.
so-
It'll be there.
Written out 3
Link
simple
will be in the
guys, 1.
description.
We'll pop it up on the
At
screen.
Gmail.
At gmail.com. So if you have any questions, please
And
email us.
comment.
Comments.
I have a question from one of our subscribers.
Oh, please.
But we're gonna leave it for the end.
You want to wait for the end?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're wrapping up now, so now's the time.
All right.
Do you have more?
All right. Yeah.
All right. So the question is, this is Elizabeth from New Jersey, right? She's saying like, if we were wrestlers, what's gonna be our theme song? I mean, to get to the
Oh, the theme song to get out to the ring. What would
Yes.
you go to?
Like, I mean, for me, it's gonna be one of Metallica's song, like Creeping Dead.
Easy, probably. Something like that.
Back in black.
Back in Black. Thunderstruck.
I know. Good for you, dog without a bone.
Yeah.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Who?
Yeah. I'll be running up with the stampede of dogs that you got, Louis. Yeah. I'll be the wolf to the small
poodle
sheep
parade.
pack. Yeah.
For today. Next time, tune in. If you have any questions, please send us an email from me, Puma, D-Dog. We're out.
All right. We are, I can't see, probably 45.
I saw your iPad.
Looking for Louis.
Just hold it.
It seems like I'm gonna hold it. So I don't know where to put it.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey.